This was one of the worst superhero games I've ever played. The gameplay was terrible, the free roam felt broken, the graphics would give an old bint a third heart attack, and the list goes on. However, 10 years later and a price tag of $1,000, talk about cheap, and I'm not joking by the way, has the Amazing Spider-Man 2 aged well? Was it truly as bad as we thought? Well, let's find out. And if you want access to unmissable sales and discounts on the newest games, you've got to check out Instant Gaming. There is a link down below. It starts with a unique opening sequence that is completely new to all Spider-Man fans, and we meet Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker minus about 69 chromosomes, and the dumpy shopkeeper gets robbed and begs for help.
Hey kid, a little help?
Not my problem.
He goes for a bit of a sprint, but ends up bent over and knackered from running about 3 meters. Karma kicks in, and Uncle Ben gets shot for the 69th time.
Somebody help!
But the killer disappears. 2 years pass, and we get a somewhat nice shot of Spider-Man, followed by our first sequence web-slinging. It's been about 10 years or so since I last played this, and bloody hell, it feels a lot different compared to recent games. It also loves to point out that you can web sling with both hands, like it's some revolutionary feature set to change the future of the human race. Yeah, it's alright, but I'm not exactly quaking in my boots, although I am looking forward to unlocking Web Rush later on. As we hunt for our uncle's killer, our first encounter with combat is kind of interesting. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. It is your typical Batman Arkham copycat, but that isn't exactly a bad thing, and it mainly consists of just hitting Y to counter and then battering a bellend. The animations kind of remind me of watching the animated series. They aren't smooth or realistic looking, but they do look kinda cool. As our hunt continues, we get to use Web Rush for the first time. This is a feature I've seen a lot of people say they want in the recent games, but just how good does it hold up now? It consists of you pointing somewhere, pressing RB, and the game does the rest to get you there. The animations can look surprisingly decent, and it does transition to web slinging rather well. Would I personally like it to come back? No. After battering more gobshites, we meet your boy Herman Schultz, aka the Shocker, and he has worse aim than me trying to take a piss in the night with zero lights on. He's easy to batter because he's got no powers yet, and the game introduces its next revolutionary feature, the multiple choice system. After whipping out a phone that looks like it was purchased from Alibaba to show who we're actually looking for, I decide not to bother asking any more questions as it has no impact on the story whatsoever. Now meet the most advanced and immersive AI you've ever seen. ChatGPT, watch out. The future of advanced AI is finally here, minus the stage 12 dementia. And does anyone else remember collecting these comic books scattered around the map? This brings back some major nostalgia. And if you know which movie this is inspired from, give the video a like. But this is where the game takes a nosedive worse than this bloke's pickup line. The dreaded hero and menace system is introduced, where Spider-Man becomes New York's little bitch fighting petty crime, and if he doesn't, he meets death. We resolve some crimes to get on the city's good side, and this building goes up in flames, followed by physics that give the term piss poor all new meaning. As soon as I see an old bastard inside, I seriously contemplate canning it and just letting him become the Human Torch, until we find out it's this absolute legend.
Oh boy, much obliged, Spidey.
And he says not to be an utter knobhead. It takes just 1.2 seconds to subscribe and you'll never miss videos like this one. This is the only spark of hope I've seen so far. Does anyone else remember going to Stan Lee's comic book shop in this game? Although it's utterly pointless, it does bring back some nice memories. Until you are reminded of Sony's abysmal attempt at making movies.
It's Morbin time.
3 push-ups later, we finally get a lead on Uncle Ben's killer, so we swing over there. And to be honest, web swinging isn't terrible, but it certainly isn't as good as some people make out. And there's our man.
I thought we had trust. You're funny.
Christ, the voice acting is dog dung on roids.
Hey, what's that?
Stop!
Yeah, instant death from webs that have been drawn by a 10-year-old makes a load of sense, doesn't it? We chase the killer as he makes his way to the Golden Globes for Best Voice Actor of the Year, but sadly he becomes another statistic for road traffic accidents. But things aren't as they seem and become more sinister. Your matey boy is lying beneath a load of trash bags.
I need to report a dead body.
The crime scenes are so gruesome, they shock even veteran officers.
When you talk about gruesome looking murders, you know what I mean? Bloody hell. I think the state of Aunt May is worse to look at. She's got more plastic in her face than a Tupperware convention. Fisk looks like a pound shop Incredible Hulk, and the cashmere around Craven's neck looks absolutely shite. Yes, the graphics really do suck and haven't aged well at all. Just remember that Assassin's Creed Unity and Arkham Knight came out around the same period. However, it's time to witness our first boss battle that might change our mind. And to my surprise, I actually quite like the stealth animations in this game. It kind of reminds me of the old WWE wrestling games. Shocker gives it the large one, and our first boss battle commences. Does the game finally have a saving grace? I mean, it's not terrible, but it's dodge, attack, dodge, attack. It's nothing to write home about. And why do the webs in this game look like literal concentrated dog shit? However, because Spider-Man has been too busy in Oscorp saving literal lives and not resolving petty crime around the city, the task force is here to murk him. And just look at this, it drops from hero to menace faster than my nan falls down the damn stairs. Whoever came up with this system needs serious twatting. It's just as bad as I remember, and it completely ruins the free roam in this game. Having drones constantly trying to kill you because you didn't stop the local corner shop from being robbed. Has the Amazing Spider-Man 2 aged better with time, and is it worth playing? To be brutally honest, some aspects of the game like web rush, web slinging with both hands, and the combat aren't too bad. It won't produce Rod-ons, but it's not terrible. However, I'm really sorry, but the rest of the game still remains utter dog shit. The story feels like it's been written by the minds behind Madam Web. It's a total mess with multiple plot points that come out of nowhere and have no payoff. The voice acting is horrendous. The menace system is borderline AIDS, which completely ruins the free roam, and the graphics look like toilet water consisting of shit and piss. For £1,000, you get more satisfaction investing in Logan Paul's crypto. Thank God for Insomniac. What are your honest thoughts? Comment below, I would love to know. And make sure you don't miss any of the sales and discounts on the newest and trending games by clicking the link in the description to Instant Gaming. And to find out why another game absolutely sucks, this time Star Wars Outlaws, just click the card on screen and I'll see you next time.